Okay, boop. Okay, boop. And boop. Hey, what's up all my dragonlings? I am the Dragon God of Gaming, Damian-D.Dragon. And today, I was tasked with ranking each starter from start to finish, worst to best, based on stats. Now that's what I'm going with. Now if you guys see a problem with my list, then you're probably right. Again, I'm not the Pokemon guy here, but it's based on what I've seen and what I've researched, and personally, you know, what I see. So based on the stats will be on screen as well, so you guys can judge for yourselves. But there's four admissions right now that are going to be left out. One would be Pikachu. Why? Because he wasn't counted as a starter until the Special Pikachu Edition or Pokemon Yellow. So we're not counting him, because overall he will probably be one of the best. And the three other admissions will be Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. Why? Because I cannot find their stats anywhere on the internet that I've searched for. If you guys can go kind of find it, I will rate them in the comment sections below. So, without further ado, this is personally what I found. So, let's start off. First things first, we're going to start off with Trico. Why? Purely based on how he's, based. His stats, his HP, his attack, his defense, special attack, they're all rated very low. It kind of hurt me a little bit because I love, Trico. Oh, and by the way, before we continue going, I'm admitting any of their evolutions. I was tasked to rate the starters and starters themselves. I'm not going to be counting their evolutionary counterparts because they are based on their own, have their own, entries. So they're not counted as they're not counted as starters. You got to pick them from the 3 Pokeballs you get at the beginning of each quest. So, yeah. So purely based on stat points himself, Trico looks like he is the worst. Now, onto the second worst, we got Snivy, which came as a surprise to me. Because, to be honest, I thought Bulbasaur would be a little bit, on the worst end of this list. He's not. Purely based on their stats, I can't see it. HP, attack, defense is sitting around the same one as we rated for Trico. Special attack is a little bit worse, but he still edges out just a little bit based on his speed. So, with all due respect to Trico, I'm gonna have to give that one to Snivy. So he gets all the wrong on the list. Next one, Bulbasaur. Now, I'm not personally doing this based on their elements. It's based on the stats themselves. So if a lot of things are gonna look coincidental, they're just that, coincidental. Bulbasaur, based on his attacks, he edges out in the 2 other categories to our other grass Pokemon at the top of the list, seeing as HP, his attack, his defense are high up on the list. Also, the special attack and special defense are much higher than Trico's and Snivy's. So, the Seed Pokemon looks like he gets the third, weakest link there. Next, Mudkip. Now, Mudkip, as you see, he has just a base stats of 50 for each, besides his attacks, which are rated at a 70, but that's all that is. That's why he gets the 4th, worst on this list. For the simple fact of it is, his attack power is really good. It outbeats the grass Pokemon up top, but that's the thing. He only has a very good attack. The rest of this list, it's seeming like he's at a distant disadvantage to everyone else. So Mudkip is right there. If we're comping out to evolutions, then Swampert would be, a lot more lower on this list. He would be a lot more lower, but we're not. So Mudkip, sorry. Charmander, which this was a little bit upsetting to me too. But as you can see, purely based on stats, yeah, he edges out for Mudkip. Yeah, he's a little bit, in the defense category and the HP category, he is lower than Mudkip. But the thing is, for attack power and where he shines the most, special attack and speed, there's no question. So, Charmander tops right there. Next is a Fire Mouse. We got Cyndaquil. Now, I did want to put him next on this list for the simple fact of it is, it looks like he has the same rung for Charmander, which is really weird that they're at the same list. So the same thing goes for Cyndaquil. They're at the same level as Charmander, so that's why he's right here. But the only reason why he's up here, because he edges out in only one category. So, unfortunate. Then we got Chimchar. Again, coincidental that there's 3 fire types in a row. But Chimchar, as you see, he's based out in speed. He's good in that category. But he's still on the lower rungs of every other category based. But he rungs out with the other people. So the 3 grass types, Mudkip and Charmander and Cyndaquil, he edges out in some of those categories. So that's where he ends on this list. So, kind of upsetting. Then we got Squirtle. Now, as you see it at the bottom, it does say the base stats and the total of the base stats, and you would think that's what I based off of. No, based on, you know, how I'm thinking, how everything is going to go, how they're going to go in battle, Squirtle will outrun Charmander in these categories, Chimchar as well. So, his defense is off the charts. He's really good in that. Special defense, obviously, as well. He kind of rungs down for the special attack, and that's where he sits. HP is a little more better than a lot of the others. Attack power is actually pretty minimal. So he's not that good on the speed front, but he doesn't need it when he has all that defense. But that's what we need, defense. He edges out right there. Next up, Chikorita. Now, Chikorita, as you can see, it's a little bit of a rung higher. As you see, Chikorita is on par with Squirtle. Why? But the whole thing is that he does have his defense and special defense around the same areas as Squirtle, but he edges out just a little bit in the other categories, with attacks being a little bit rung higher and HP a little bit more higher. His special attack is probably what he's going into lack, and obviously his speed is going to be countering toward his Tortalian counterpart over there. So Chikorita is pretty good in this list. Next up, Torchic. Now, as you see, his attack and special attack are off the charts. It rungs out on any other really fire type on this list, excluding a couple. You'll see them soon. His HP is phenomenal. Not the best in the world, but you want to know something? That's what he's lacking when he has a good defense. Well, special defense, sorry. And his speed is nothing to smack at. Special attack and attack is where they're going to shine. A fire type is going to need to shine in those 2 categories. So that's where Torchic is lying. So, Torchic, good job. That's where I'm seeing it at. Next, we got Froakie. Now, Froakie, as you can see, he has a very bad HP. He's a little bit lower down on that edge compared to the other ones we have so far. But his attack goes up a little higher. His defense is a little bit minimal, but it's on par with the other ones we had. His attack and his speed are way above what we've seen so far. And his special attack, well, special defense, sorry, is nothing to scoff at neither. So Froakie landed on this list right here. It's doing good. Next, Totodile. Now, as you see, he is a rung up on his little frog friend back there. His HP is a little higher. Attack and defense, excellent. That's what we need for a water type. Special attack and special defense, nothing to scoff at. And his speed is a little bit on the lower rung. But he seems to edge out Froakie and the others by those centimeters. So, Totodile ends up on this list right here, which is nothing to be bad at. Next, we go into some of the new ones. So, Black and White and Black and White 2, which we got Tepig. Now, Tepig, obviously, HP phenomenal. He's a good tank. He can take a lot of damage. His attack is pretty good too, but everything else is a little bit on the minimal side, but he still edges out at those categories. Yes, we've had a Pokemon that has done, you know, he's gotten a little bit more on those defense to down, but other than that, I can't see any other way that he could be beaten out purely by statistics. So Tepig lands his spot here. Again, if you guys see a flaw in what I'm saying, by all means, write them down in the comments. Personally message me. You guys can get a hold of me. There's not a problem. But as I said, I'm not the Pokemon guy. I used to be a TCG card player. But other than that, I'm used to seeing, you know, attack power and stats for basically moves. So I didn't need to really worry about its statistics itself. So that's where he lands. Piplup is next. As you see, phenomenal. He's up from the 40s. We're going into the 50s. So Piplup, as you see, HP and attack, really good. Its defense is minimal to its HP, so they're on the same par, but a little bit less shorter, as you can see on the higher end. Special attack, nothing to scoff at neither. He's pretty good. Special defense, good level, but again, he's lacking in the speed. But again, he does make up for it in his other evolutions. But as I said, I'm not going to be dealing with them. So, Piplup as a starter Pokemon, he lands in a good place on this list. Very high up, but not further back to the point where we're worrying about if he's a good choice at all. Next, we have Oshawott. Now, I thought Oshawott would be a little higher on the list, seeing as fit that, as you can see, its attack and its HP, it's pretty good. Nothing too bad. But what lands him here would be his, his defense, his special defense, and speed. Now, they're all in the same, court area. And obviously, with no special trainings. As you see, there are a couple special trainings up here. But like I said, this is base stats. As you see, they're just base. Purely based on that, he ends up right here, just outbeating Piplup by a small bit. As you see, he's outbeating him in other categories just by a millimeter, so Oshawott lands himself on this list right here. Now we're getting to some of the best ones. Now, as you see, Fennekin lands himself on this list for the simple fact, lands himself right here, seeing as fit that, compared to the other ones that are yet to come, I thought he would be more of a run when I seen this, but when I compared all of them together, his upgraded stats at the bottom, special attack, special defense, and speed, they're not as good as some of the later ones. So, in his defense, attack, and HP are, fallible at best. I could have easily put him at the top, near the top of this list, but his special attack, defense, and speed were basically what kept him near the bottom. So, Fox Pokemon, he's gonna need a little bit more on the defensive front. Then we have Chespin. Now, as you see next to his Fox counterpart up at the top, his stats for up top is very good. 56 for his HP. He's one of your typical starters, but he's not a bad start. Attack and defense very high up there. It's no 70. But you want something that's fine. He gets it. He gets good in those categories. Special attack, special defense, and speed. He has pretty good, even though his speed is on the lower end of what we've seen so far. But again, speed is nothing if we're looking at special statistics themselves. So, Chespin lands himself here. Next, we have Turtwig, which, as you see, HP very good. He's a little bit he's a little less than Chespin. As you see, for 68 and 64 defense, obviously he's a turtle. He's gonna get some mileage out of that shell. But Tiny Leaf Pokemon, I don't know if he's a freaking monster or not. Well, it says he's a monster. Good lord. But otherwise, special defense, he's pretty good. And yes, again, he's on the lower end of that speed, but a lot of grass Pokemon are. So he lands himself here purely based on where his stats at right now. So, he's did pretty good for himself. Then we have Popplio. Popplio. I have no idea how to pronounce this little lion's name. But other than that, his speed again sits around the 50s and goes into the 60s. Again, he has a pretty good speed, so he's fine where he's at. Special attack, he matches out everyone else. Again, there's the matter of the 70 attack, but I think, again, the special attack does range out because that's what you're going to need for his water attacks. He's going to need it. So that edges out in that category. Defense and attack, he's pretty good. So that ranges out from any of the other ones we've seen besides him. Other than that, it looks like he's pretty good. So, Popplio stands right here. Next, Rowlet from Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, the Alola Dex. Now, as you can see, based on where he is, he looked like Rowlet for what I looked like when I put him on the list. I thought he was gonna be, you know, overall the best. Until I saw some of the other ones. But he's pretty good. HP 68, which means he has the best, you know, health percentage over everyone else. Hit points, health percentage, whatever you want to call it. He sits really good at attack defense with 55. Obviously, he's going to sit near the higher end for the 229 from up there. His special attack and special defense are still at 50, but other than that, as you can see, some of the other ones are at the lower rung of that. So he does edge out over there, and his speed is a little more higher than any of the other grass types we've seen so far. So other than that, Rowlet looks like he's going on top. But it looks like we hit the end. This is one of the best Pokemon, stat-wise, I've seen so far. Yes, his HP, his defense, and his special defense are a lot to scoff at. But for pure percentage, his attack, which is 65, his special attack, which is 60, and his speed, 70. He's the quickest, which is going to be needed for the fire attacks, as you can see on the upper edges where I first started this list. The fire types did not do very good, and the water types did absolutely phenomenal, but he won this for me based on his speed, his special attack, which is supposed to be used for fire attacks, and his attack itself, that it edges out in a lot of people's categories that he's going to need to physically, you know, hit people. It looks like he got the cake. And that's where we're ending off. Now, purely based on what I've seen so far, if you guys think I'm wrong on some parts of the list, please, you can correct me. I'm not afraid of my criticism. And I'm pretty sure my friends, which are absolute Pokemon experts, well, I can call them PokeTubers, so they will know a little bit more than I do. They could tell me if I went somewhere wrong, but this is purely what I've seen, purely based on my site. So if I got something wrong, I'm not infallible, and I'm open to my mistakes. But other than that, I hope you guys liked the list. I'm glad I got the chance to do it. I don't get to do very many videos purely based on my own research, so I'm glad I got to do something here. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Hope you had a little bit of fun. If you guys like what you see, hit the like button, comment down below, and tell me what you guys think. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon. Get notified whenever we upload. Why? Because whenever we sit down and we all have a little bit of fun, we all bring something to the table, and I'm glad that I'm getting to be part of something with my friends here. So, I'm glad to be a part of it here. I'm glad I got to do some videos for you guys. So, other than that, and the link in the description below, you guys can see my personal channel. Also, you guys can see some of the other people who made this stuff possible. So, other than that, good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragonlings back inside the world of starters, I guess. Hope you guys liked it, but good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragonlings back inside the world of the Invisible Corporation. Hope you guys enjoyed today, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Damian-Dragon action. Peace. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have something else I gotta do for today. So, talk to you guys later.